Benny for that cool explosion.
Yeah, I don't get
explosion.
inspiration for not making a Star Wars reference.
No, the only thing that you get for not making a Star Wars reference is keeping your tracker at 0. That's the only thing you get.
Fine.
Ooh, all of a sudden I have to say...
Kaboom!
Sorry about that. And of course, that started right when I had hit, we're recording again. Everybody can be heard. And then it's just like, sneeze.
Well, that's when you're supposed to sneeze. There's no point of a sneeze if it can't be heard.
So I get no reward for 0 Star Wars references, but I lose a Benny if I make any other reference, or was it specifically the Jetsons reference that got you?
You just got to establish boundaries.
Yeah, I'm just trying to establish the rules here.
That's not where I thought that was going. I
said peanut butter jelly capsule. You didn't think the Jetsons?
No. I was referring to what Gavin just said. He's like, oh, you've got to establish boundaries. And I'm like, I thought he was going to say establish dominance.
That too.
No. The dominance comes after the safe word.
Jack has been broken. You broke Jack.
Jack was not expecting that. I'm sorry, I just watched the hit from nowhere. We need a clip of that real time. Just.
Jack, you gonna be okay?
No!
I try to bring something unique to the group, okay?
You found the secret of my sense of humor, Josh. It's the secret of all good comedy is just bondage.
Yeah. Hey, look, Ian's getting shorts content, okay? Like that's the goal here.
All for a cause.
Yeah.
So that, I think, is the second time that we've honestly broken Jack. The first time was the glory hole.
Yeah.
And now it's bondage.
I guess I missed that one. Yeah.
I have a very definite... a very definite childish sense of humor, let's be honest.
Don't worry, we'll work the kinks out of your sense of humor.
Basically anything having to do with heretical Slaneshi type behavior, I think we're good on that. At least that seems to be the common thread.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, I need to... That was 2 PowerPoints for self, so I'll deduct 2.
Anyways, let's go ahead and roll that intro.
Only recently hatched, he's still rather large, about 17 feet long from snout to tail.
I'll be handling a lot of the diplomatic affairs.
There's nothing worth fighting the Mokir over for anyways. Nothing of physical value, at least.
I'm really hoping there's going to be some money here, because if not, there's only going to be 3.
But we're going to cut this out, because this is where the intro is going to go blah, 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 blah. Overly excited dragon.
It's me! Ashar! No, I don't have that accent. But it's interesting that some people do. But yeah. We just got here, now we're going on another trip. So we've decided to make our way over to wherever the generator is. Yeah, there was a bit of excitement in that. Big old worm jump out the ground. For some, I guess it wanted to eat the car. I don't think cars taste good. They don't seem all that edible, but it wanted it. So I got a bit scared because I thought my friends ran away. Couldn't keep up. I got a little worried, but then they came back. Thank you for coming back. And then the worm's head exploded. Somehow. I didn't see that. I was flying through its core. It's in my scales. I need a wash.
And that's right where we'll begin. As the body undulates back down the hole, you do hear it like thud against what you would assume was the horizontal path it was making. But, what color was your car, Leo?
Was?
Oh, sorry, not that one. It was dust. So it was black with a good coating of sand over it.
Well, now it's black with a layer of dust and now a layer of gore.
Yeah, it's just the windscreen wipers, right?
Muddy gore, yeah.
It's just
You see Vance come down. He is literally just drenched, just covered, and just kind of. Well then.
Still driving? Or did you stop?
No, I'm not driving.
No,
Oh, you've
stopped.
stopped? Okay.
Yeah, I probably like. As
Oh,
the
it's
dust,
in my hair.
the dust is like clearing, like at the edge of the crate.
Why does it smell like low tide?
I will offer him a slightly oily rag.
It gets like the forehead before it's completely soaked, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna land next to the car and shake off.
As I'm getting out of the car to try and like get all of this, because obviously it was my robes that took the gist of it, and I get the robes off, start to wipe down. I'm like, let's not do that again. And he just Labrador shakes and.
What was that?
Your breakfast. Oh, I think it ate something.
Doesn't smell very appetizing. Do people normally eat these?
People normally eat whatever they can find out here.
Do you
popped open? I'm going for the
It's not the
second
worst.
change of clothes.
Ash?
Hmm?
You plan on revealing your little secret to them, or are you going to just play along with it?
Don't play along with it, because on the one hand, he's curious by nature, so he'll try it. If it tastes good, it tastes good. If not, then eh.
Are you going to eat it raw?
He'll give a bit of a lick, see how it is, and then
Can't you just cook it if not? Like...
Roll me a vigor check.
vigor. Okay. Vigor. That one. Pretty good.
Yeah. It's actually surprisingly somewhere between fish and red meat. So we're looking probably at like maybe swordfish type.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's not as bad as it looks.
No, it's good.
You want some? I'll bite a chunk and drop it at them.
As it splat, so like here's the thing: I just get the news clothes on. The meat chunk lands next to me. Now I don't get drenched, but it just splats like. Patience, calm, peace. I think I'm good. I don't think that that agrees with me unless it's properly cooked. The fact that I probably know a recipe for this does not escape my mind, but I decide not to think about it too hard.
I will have some of the worm. The grenade has maybe, ruined the taste, but I will eat some of the worm too.
Give me a vigor roll.
Why did it roll? Oh, I have to.
So the question is this a raw meat roll or a taste roll?
You definitely you get the same fishy notes, but you wouldn't put it as the most high quality thing that you've eaten. And I'm not answering that question. I want to keep that a mystery.
Well, I mean, it's it's fresh desert worm. This is it's not the best meat, but this is a delicacy when you're hungry. Will not let a creature die in such an undignified way for no reason.
Waste not, right?
Not
What do you mean undignified? That was cool as all. Never mind.
What about you, Vance? You hungry?
I think I've already gotten some in my system. So I think I'm good. I think my mouth was open. I was
cheering.
Adrenaline hit. I got a little excited, and yeah. I'll make the roll too because I said some of it got in my mouth. But
thinking.
No, my brain's on a completely immature joke about how you got excited, but I wanted to make the joke, hey, at least something went in and didn't come out. But go ahead, make the roll. It's just vigor. Great figure.
Yeah.
Everyone's seeing.
Very same what Zach said. However, you're probably not quite as used to eating raw meat as your two compadres. So there's that off-puttingness of I'm eating raw meat.
Fresh off the bone.
It's not usually. Yeah, no.
But it's not terrible.
And I assume my psionic sword does not actually generate heat, so cooking it via that method is not an option.
I can sear it for you.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it thinking, should I try? Do we want to cook it now? Not necessarily. Do we want to bundle it up, put a good chunk of it on the back of Asher, and perhaps attempt to cook it later? I guess I could try.
How far have we come?
It's still early morning. So it's about a day's drive, I had mentioned, and still early in the day that you took off, so sun's out now. Not fully, but
send a message back to the town and tell them, hey, there's worm meat here for the taking. They didn't look too well off.
I'm sure all three of them would love to come out and get some, but
it probably would be more beneficial for it to be, rationed for our journey.
I think there's plenty of it, so we'll just do both.
I'm going to start taking a knife to it and start cutting and portioning.
Yeah, how do you get the fillet of a worm?
Well, we got plenty to practice with.
Yax, is Leo just watching all of this?
Oh yeah.
You gonna help, Saki? You want some?
No, and
Yeah, I've got my vibro blades, all that, and
This is a survival roll as you guys begin to butcher.
Well, Yax, what's your survival?
I mean, I have a D6. I was gonna roll an 8. I was actually looking at my character sheet. You forgot to give me my survival when you moved my character from Roll20. I'm like, I knew I took survival. It wasn't there, so.
Yeah, I took it too. I was trying to see. Well, I took Woodsman. Well, yeah. So
Woodsman's
I'd
just
be
a
six
boost
plus-
if you're in the woods.
Yeah. Well, no, it just says wilderness. It doesn't specify woods.
So you, if
Yeah.
it's just if it's
yeah, I've got Woodsman as well, which is
both of you get
Can
your
we just-
bonuses. Yeah, it says wilderness.
So we'll all
that
just work together.
Great. Just can I assist on this then, rather than?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me your roll. And who are
I
you?
figure we can.
No,
who's
sorry,
actually
go ahead.
assisting who?
I thought Gavin was making the actual roll.
Yeah, I'll roll to assist.
I mean,
as
I just
well.
said
I
was gonna
didn't know
go
how that
first,
worked.
I guess, but
All right,
Yeah.
if you both
I
want.
got.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't add any dice. Vance, give me your survival roll for the assist.
+2.
Nice.
You add 2 to your roll, Yax.
and away we roll.
6. You're able to do an adequate job of carving it. It's less. Fillet is the wrong term. It's more just skinning and then butchering, chopping it up into bits. Now, are we actually going to tie it to Ash, or are we throwing it into the back of Sake's car?
As much worm guts as is already in there.
On there.
Yeah. In there. I put my clothes in
that's
there. Yeah. Well, I would think Ash can probably carry a lot. The car probably not as much. So that was just my thought. I don't actually know how carry rules
We can mix
work,
between the
so,
two. Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you butchering the entire thing? Because this was a 50-foot long,
No.
10-foot
No.
diameter worm. Like,
We're
It's a
taking
bit
we're
much.
taking what shouldn't spoil, and if there is such a thing as long range communication, we'll notify the town about the worm if anyone wants worm meat. Send the raiders to come out and get it, I guess. I don't know.
long-range communication is difficult. There is such things, but it's usually expensive.
I mean,
Yeah.
we were the mayor contacted us via radio, right?
Contacted a not you directly, contacted your
well.
organization through means.
So no CBs.
I mean, there's short range communication, just long range is difficult.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking CB radio.
Do you guys... Okay. Sake, does your car have a CB radio?
If that's a pretty standard
I mean, it's
expectation to have, then yeah, I'd say so.
it's going to be up to the GM whether it's an expectation to have, but they're not particularly expensive. And as long as you've got a solid enough antenna and a power source, you've got some decent range on it. The only reason that it's short in the real world is because of FCC requirements. Hi, former truck driver here.
Oh no, here we go.
Truck lore.
Truck lore time.
Nope, that's it. I'm not going to overdo it.
So yeah, if it'd be expected, this kind of thing that you would have, then yeah.
I don't think it would be expected on.
Okay.
Unlikely then.
But we should consider it.
It's the thought that counts, I've heard.
Yeah, it is by technical definition old world tech, so
Yeah.
yeah.
The other denizens of the desert will find the carcass, and will make use of it.
Nothing wasted, right?
Well, something's eating good tonight. Not us, but something.
What do you mean? We have plenty.
There's plenty for everyone.
Yeah, just really be great if we had like some veggies or something. We're gonna drive and go while I think about recipes.
Speaking of driving and going, who at this point, and only one of you can have it, who here wants to take an interlude and get a Benny?
Am I
I
allowed?
lost mine from a
I haven't
pun,
spent
you
any
know,
of mine,
I
so I don't
was
want.
I was gonna let Jack take that one because you spent like
He
2
did
on the
spend
drive.
a couple, yeah.
I will,
Yeah.
if that's an option, I will take that. Thank you.
We're hitting all sorts of side systems in this one because, well,
Because they're there, you want to use them.
a little bit, yes.
I paid for the player's. I played for the whole player's handbook. I'm gonna use the whole player's handbook.
Yes.
Or GM's book, whatever. You get what I mean.
Yes, I get what. I have now just completely lost the system. I know it's here.
Oh no!
I was-
Did Jack still get his penny?
He will. It's just for some reason. Seriously.
That's the question. Can he find that before I find the chase rules in D&D 5th edition?
There are no chase rules.
There we go.
Fine,
Found it.
grapple rules from 3rd. Okay, never mind.
So I will go ahead and make a draw from the action deck.
Draw.
Going to deal that into the interlude section. One card was drew into interlude. It was an ace
That's a win.
of clubs. So from clubs, do you want to
Hit or stand?
do you want a downtime, a backstory, or a trek? Now, the way this works is during long periods, which I'm going to consider a day on the road long, you get narrative control over this. Downtime is, what does your hero do when left alone? Backstory, a tale from your character's past told through her voice and narration, or the story of an obstacle or challenge that the party encountered on their trip. Obviously, probably the trip one doesn't make a lot of sense since you just
had a challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you and this is kind of just your time to kind of shine a light on your character a little bit. Give us a look into the mind of Leo, as it were.
So where I come from, no one is ever so mundane as normal. Everyone's born that way, of course, but I was about 13 when I got my first implants. Used to run with gangs, used to fell in with the wrong crowd, and we'd fight. Half the time, no one even really remembered why. One guy with a buzzsaw took off 3 fingers, and that's where these come from. So clicking against as he's driving, he's like clicking the cybernetic fingers against the steering wheel, and from there it becomes more. Realize what you're capable of with those pushes in the right direction. The implants become necessity, humanity by design, and all of that. And then the drugs, constant fuels, the buzz, the ability to go longer, to go fight through pain, just numb it out, push it to the back of your head. Who I was is now lost in circuitry and metal.
Three of you are obviously still in the vehicle while this story's going on. You chose story, essentially, correct?
Yeah.
So, if you wish to be included in this scene, that's also allowed. And you will also be given a Benny for participating in the scene.
As in, like, we have to be part of his story, or it's like a cut for our side? What?
The idea behind interludes is it highlights one specific character, but if other characters participate in it, they also get the reward of the Benny, but it is about Sake rather than...
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a question of my internal monologue or comment on the tapping thing, or just is that up to me?
My understanding was he was telling you guys the story.
Oh, I thought he was internally monologuing.
It was a bit of an internal.
Was
it's sort of like a bit of internal monologue, but like I said, it's very much that focus, and he's almost kind of like half looking at the desert landscape ahead, but there's also the slight kind of like look at especially those three fingers.
Okay.
I could have jumped in right there. My bad.
Yeah. Oh no, go for it.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I'll retroactively kick it off by looking at the tapping and the sort of blank stare and just look at him and go, thinking about the past again, huh?
All the time. It's like I'm kind of stuck back there, I guess.
Mm. Do you miss it then?
Tell you the truth, I don't know if I even remember it. I don't really remember what I looked like. Jaw. That's an implant. Side of the face burned away. Implant. What you see is image by design. Before you make any comments, yes, I chose this face.
Oh, I know you did. We've talked about that before. Just so long as the man stays control of the machine, you should be fine.
You never think about what you might have done. Like,
in your shoes.
No, given the chance, if you got to choose everything about you, pick it out of a catalog.
We're made in... I don't think so. I don't think I would. I don't think that an entity as flawed as we are should be the one to choose how we begin things. Sure, it might make it better in some ways, but ultimately, what would we be if not a perfect image of what we think is perfect? And then everyone looks the same. Different colors, different shapes, here and there. But if we're not all different inside, there's no difference between us and robots.
Yeah, well, sometimes I can't help but feel it's the robot who's in control, you know? Where does the machine begin? Where does the man end? I don't even know anymore.
Begins when the man says enough. That's where the man controls. What about you, Yax? Fancy a set of legs?
I know a guy that fit you up. In an afternoon, you'd be running a marathon.
We are obviously not exactly anatomically fit for most cybernetics, and even if we were, I'd have no reason for them. It separates us. Trying to understand yourself, trying to understand where you came from, who you are, what you are. There's a reason I set out a while ago, but...
Oh, nobody ever let ethics get in the way of a cyberdoc, trust me. They would see you as a beautiful project, work in progress.
I seek enhancement via through myself, not through metal and machines.
It's fair, and I have my enhancement through my beliefs, what I follow, the times where I don't do what humanity would say we're supposed to do, all in the name of keeping to a higher form of civilization. Not out of pride, but out of self-worth.
Open your mind to that kind of stuff, and you can shape your body, shape your soul.
I'm scared to think of what kind of enhancements Asher would get.
In Ashar-Ash-Akal.
I mean, we have a constant little shortwave.
Yeah.
I thought we established that at the beginning.
Yeah.
We had a little shortwave communicator.
I don't need any enhancements. I'm already a dragon.
Not
But if we
teeth.
got you a chrome job, yeah, I was thinking chrome teeth as well.
They would probably not taste very good in my mouth all the time. Nah.
No, it'll be like brass knuckles, but for your teeth.
Like brass claws. That would.
Oh, yeah.
No, my claws are harder than brass. I bet I could melt brass. I don't need enhancement. I'm only 2 months old.
And I would think you're, while you may not know like technical terms and the like, Ash, I have a feeling you would have some subconscious understanding that would
Not take.
Yes. You might not be able to exactly explain, in detail why, but you would understand that it wouldn't.
It disagrees with you.
I feel like if someone tried to cut off my claws and replace them, they would just grow back and push the metal one out. And my teeth, I would just grow new teeth. Do you not grow new teeth?
Once.
No, we have to pull on. No, mine have to be purchased like the rest of me.
And your hands and do not grow back? Humans are so fragile.
I made my teeth grow back. I don't know about the rest of you, but
See,
Okay,
he knows.
fine. Yeah, I would have to buy new teeth as well. I mean, mine just probably wouldn't do whatever cyber teeth do. Yeah, I've lost the plot on that one.
Your teeth just look good.
Do they? I've never
Depends
taken
where
a
you
close
come
look.
from. Depends on where you come from.
Okay, so that's a gun platform for Asher, tank treads for Yax, and I don't think I can. I think I have a religious exemption for that.
I think you have the same. You'd actually have a more defined understanding of how it interferes with psionics, essentially.
Yeah, machinery and the whole psionic thing don't mix very well. I'm just as likely to cause it to crush it on itself and bleed to death as I am to take to a cybernetic enhancement.
and you would push it on me. How
Huh.
rude.
That's another
I
reason
was joking. It's conversation.
I do have a bit of psionics going for me as well, so that's another reason I don't need enhancements, as you call them.
Well, you indulge your great minds. I'll just sit here and look pretty.
And with that, the ruins of a dead city come into view. You don't know how long that conversation actually lasts. Once you actually come out of that conversation, realize the sun has set behind the horizon, but there's still just enough light to outline the city.
Home sweet home, gentlemen.
Bit of a fixer-upper.
And it's on that note, call it there. Here at Rollsborne, see you later.